Atlantis, just hearing the name alone sparks thousands of questions in our minds, doesn't it? An age-old legend of a lost continent buried beneath the waves. Imagine it, technology far ahead of its time, dazzling, flawless cities, and an annihilation that came overnight and swallowed everything. But is this only a fairy tale? Or did Plato whisper one of history's greatest secrets to us? It all begins around 360 BC in Plato's works Timaeus and Critias, where he describes this colossal island under the patronage of the sea god Poseidon so vividly that it comes alive before your eyes. A circular, jewel-like city, woven from concentric rings of land and water. Magnificent palaces, imposing temples dedicated to the gods, and advanced irrigation canals. According to Plato, the Atlanteans were a virtuous people with almost divine qualities. Honest, just, wise. But then what happens? The familiar story. As wealth and power grow, the seeds of pride and ambition sprout. Those virtuous people slowly degenerate. At the height of its power, Atlantis sets its sights on the Mediterranean. As it prepares to subjugate every civilization, an unexpected rival appears, Athens. According to the legend, only Athens can stand up to them. Just as this great clash heats up, an even greater force enters the stage. Nature. Massive earthquakes, floods, tsunamis. According to Plato, within a terrible day and a night, Atlantis, in all its splendor, sinks to the bottom of the sea. The Athenian warriors perish. Same disaster. Is this purely fictional? Scientists pause and wonder, could these accounts be an echo, passed down and somewhat mythologized, of the colossal Thera, Santorini, volcanic eruption around 1600 BC, and the tsunamis that destroyed the Minoan civilization? A very strong possibility. Now you might say, all right, Plato told it, but does that mean it's real? This is where things get a bit more interesting. Remember, Troy in Homer's epics was also thought to be a myth until it was actually found in the 19th century. Or Machu Picchu, the lost city among the clouds discovered in 1911. Or the magnificent Petra rising from the sands. Such discoveries sparked this question in people's minds. If these cities once considered mythical are real, why shouldn't Atlantis be as well? And this hope virtually reignited the hunt for Atlantis. So, where should the search start? Plato gives us a clue. Beyond the Pillars of Heracles, that is, west of today's Strait of Gibraltar. For this reason, most researchers turned their gaze to the vast Atlantic Ocean. Where hasn't been explored? The Bimini Road in the Caribbean, which appears to be made of regular stone blocks beneath the water. The misty Azores in the middle of the ocean. Some even pointed to Antarctica beneath the ice. Yet, despite all these searches, theories, and claims, to this day, not a single concrete finding has emerged that we can confidently call, here is the proof of Atlantis. Especially after the Industrial Revolution, people clung even more tightly to the idea of that golden age lost somewhere in the past. It was precisely during this period that 19th century spiritualists carried the Atlantis legend to an entirely new dimension. For them, Atlantis was not just a lost continent, but also the source of universal knowledge and hidden powers. Novels were written, seances claimed contact with Atlanteans, even detailed maps were drawn. The myth virtually ignited. For instance, in 1896, a spiritualist cartographer named William Scott Elliot emerged and drew a map not only of Atlantis, but also of a massive continent called Lemuria, which he claimed had existed even earlier. According to him, Lemuria had sunk beneath the waves 800,000 years ago, leaving Atlantis behind as a single island. And what sort of place was this Atlantis? A circular city structure, a full 2 million inhabitants, and, brace yourselves, flying craft powered by a mysterious energy called vril, or ether. According to Scott Elliot, these Atlanteans engraved writings onto metal plates, used poisonous gas bombs, and even possessed flying warships. Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But there is also a dark side to the story. Such fantastical ideas portraying the Atlanteans as a superior Aryan race resonated in Nazi Germany. the SS Institut Ahnenerbe, founded by Heinrich Himmler, mobilized to find the origins of the master race and lost technologies. In the 1930s, they organized expeditions to many places from Tibet to the Canary Islands, searching for evidence. The result? A big fat nothing. So, after all these myths, theories, and searches, where do we stand scientifically today? No concrete, verified evidence exists for the existence of Atlantis. Science is built upon years of data collection, analysis, and testing of hypotheses. By these strict standards, the Atlantis story appears to be little more than a clever parable, an allegory that Plato likely crafted to convey a political and moral lesson. Of course, if you mix legends with science, you can find thousands of proofs on the internet or in books. But the scientific validity of these is usually debatable. Maybe the real reason we search for Atlantis isn't the golden cities lying beneath the sea. Perhaps this story is a timeless warning that reminds us of our own potential, our power, and also of how our arrogance and ambition can drive us toward catastrophe. Maybe Atlantis is a symbol of both humanity's creativity and its potential for self-destruction. So what do you think? Could Atlantis be real? Or which deep-seated need of ours has this legend been fulfilling for centuries? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss this mystery together. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel to continue these mysterious journeys. See you in the next video. Take care.